What's up? Hey, Breakout. Right? Is it 12? It's 12 in Tucson. What time is it in Tucson? Yeah. It should be. All right, I believe it is 12 in Tucson. All right. Switching that time over. Happy Friday. If you happen to have a strap or some type of towel, awesome. What's that? Oh, thank you. I have a yoga observer next to me today. She doesn't want to participate, but it's fine. She'll start her fitness journey another time. It's my cousin. She's here. She doesn't want to go to her room. She's just going to watch me teach yoga. Wonderful. I'm used to it.
Will put me to sleep.
Yeah, my words will put her to sleep, she says. It's the breathing. It's the breathing. That's what it is. The breathing helps. So anyway, yes, new time, appreciate it, because my schedule moved here, which is great. I've been picking up more stuff in LA as things slowly start to open in a modified way. But yeah, so I've already done 3 HIIT classes, so now I'm going on with a yoga class. So here we go. This is how Fridays are gonna look now on. Have a strap, a towel. I wanna do some twist and stuff, so it would be helpful later if you have just a little bit extra length, especially if the hamstrings are a little tight. If you happen to have blocks, awesome. Nearby, it never hurts to have a little block, little support. Hector, thank you for making it, and I apologize for the time change, but I'm so appreciative of it. I gave a whole spiel before, but now that you're on, I'll do it all again. Welcome, Hector. Thank you for changing the time. Like I said, I had 3 HIIT classes right before this, back to back, and so now yoga, so I'm all like hyped up and ready to go. But I do love that I did not have to rush here, that I was able to get home in time and not stress about being late, because usually I'm like driving down the 405, trying to swerve through traffic to get up over the canyon to LA. Hector, I know you have blocks, so have nearby just in case. Also, if you have a strap, maybe a towel, because we're going to twist a little bit. And awesome, thank you. I'm glad you're here too. So go ahead and have those set up. And because I know you do have blocks, Hector, if there's anyone else that's on there, at least if you're on there, if it feels comfortable to stay seated like this, you're more than welcome to. We're going to be here for a moment, so check. The other option would be to keep your knees together, bring your hips all the way down into Virasana, Hero's Pose. I can't do it because my knees are a little tight. They don't allow it. So I have to use a block. What's that? Oh, happy yoga time. Yay, thank you. Breakout. Todd. So if you have a block, it would be awesome to bring it underneath your hips, so that way you don't have to put too much pressure on your knee. Just make sure, if you don't have a block, you don't have any props to sit on, or even like a pillow or anything, bring your legs back around you, cross the shins, just making sure that you feel comfortable here. I'm giving this as a different pose, just a different way for us to start in the morning. This practice today, it's not morning anymore. It's noon. All right, so getting started, go ahead and rest both hands in your thighs. You can bring one palm inside the other, draw your shoulders down. And as you sit nice and tall, let's go and take a moment and just settle into our space, settling in with our breath. And as we head into a holiday weekend and Valentine's Day, just clearing your mind this morning, letting go of anything that you're holding on to from the week. As I always say, anything that's just not benefiting you, changing your thoughts, doing it one breath at a time. And whatever your goal, whatever your intention might be for your practice, allowing that to be set here. And sometimes the goal, sometimes the intention changes as we go, and feel free to do that throughout your practice. Feel free to take a child's pose, or take a moment to rest, to drop down. And as you continue to deepen your breath, a softening through your jaw, along your face, through your neck. And from here, let's take a nice deep inhale. Out your mouth, let it go. 2 more, deep breath in. Inhale. And release. 1 more deep breath in. And release. And just gently allowing your lips to press together. Allowing your tongue to float comfortably in your mouth. As you sit tall, just feel that softening, any weight on the shoulders. And gently lowering your chin towards your chest, softly bow your head. And when you're ready, gently begin to open your eyes, bringing your gaze back to neutral. Hey yogis. Again, we're going to be here for a bit longer. If at any point these do get a little uncomfortable, if they get a little tight, adjust your seating. I want you to make sure that you are comfortable in this opening pose. So if you feel like the legs are starting to fall asleep a bit, even for me, because again, I'm dealing with some tight knee issues right now, so I can start to feel it a bit. So adjust as you need to go. All right, from here, that being said, let's go and just nice and simple, take your right hand across your thigh, take your left hand across your thigh, take your right hand behind you, inhale, lift, exhale, twist. Again, sorry, I'm going to mirroring, because when I'm, again, teaching in person, I'll mirror, but I don't know, I feel like on screen maybe I shouldn't mirror. I don't know what's better. But anyway, left hand, we're going to do both sides anyway. And then go ahead and take your time, bring it back to center, and go ahead and switch, bringing your left hand behind you. Bring your right hand across, inhale, lift, and exhale, rotate. And just a nice lift through the heart as that sternum lifts, drawing that left shoulder back. Take another inhale. And exhale. 1 more round here. And bringing it back to center. Now from here, go ahead and reach both arms out in front of you. And I want you to go ahead and take your left elbow high, cross it over your right elbow, and then go ahead and bend at your arms. Now from here, working towards interlacing, drawing in, making sure you have a nice grip there. If that's too much, reach around, take hold of the shoulders. Otherwise, you're going here, soften your shoulders down, pull the heart through. The arms actually get that nice lift and length through your spine, taking a couple more rounds of breath here. 2 more. 1 more round of breath. And then go ahead and gently release, reach, and switching sides. Go ahead and bring your other elbow on top. Now really try to cross just past the elbows as you soften your shoulders down, filling your heart up. And just checking your breath, especially when we cross the arms right in front of the chest like that. You want to just make sure that your breath is still flowing, that you haven't stopped breathing. 1 more here. And go ahead and gently release. Now before we bring it all the way up into all 4 to get some cat-cow, just take a moment releasing those arms. Inhale, float your arms up. Exhale, take it down. And again, 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale down. And 1 more. Inhale up, connecting your breath. Exhale down. And go ahead and shift it forward. Whew. And if you had a block or pillow or whatever underneath you, take it out from underneath. And feel free, as we set up into all 4s, take a moment. You can stretch one leg back and stretching the other. Like I said, I've been teaching a lot more HIIT, so I've been a little bit more heavier impact on my legs and my quads and my hamstrings and my TFL. All those good areas are super, super tight, and it does pull into your knees. So always taking a moment just to kind of get some release through them. All right, once you're all set in all 4s, go ahead and bring those wrists under your shoulders nice and soft. Inhale, pull your heart forward. And as you exhale, chin to chest, belly to spine. Go ahead and take a few rounds here on your own. Move as quickly or as slowly as it works for you. Just a few more, and again, take it into the side ribs, release through your neck, soften through your jaw, again, whatever feels better. And as you head into that final round, take your time, take that movement with you and take it up into your upward facing dog. That nice strong pedaling here, bending one knee, bending the other. A nice shift, sway side to side. And softening through your neck, through your jaw. And then bringing your feet about hips width, planting your palms, drawing your shoulder blades up, wrap your triceps down as you inhale. Begin to shift forward, go and find your plank. Pausing here nice and strong through your core. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. And 2 more, inhale. Exhale, up and back. Taking your downward facing dog. And 1 more time here. Up in a plank. Now this time, we're going to take it into a 3-legged dog. I want you to bring your feet a little bit closer together at the back of your mat. The big toes can even touch. Float your right leg up. Now it doesn't need to be super high. And again, don't lift your right hip. I want you to focus on keeping your hips square. Fire through those legs. As you inhale, I want you to shift forward. Can you keep your right foot hovered off the mat? Keep reaching your heart forward, taking 1 more inhale. Exhale, press it up and back. 2 more, just like that. Inhale, forward, hover. And press it up and back. And 1 more, bring it to that hover. Pause here, shoulders right over wrist, belly to spine. And then bring your knee in, step your foot between your hands. Whoo, and go ahead and drop your back knee all the way to the mat. Now from here, reaching your heart forward as you inhale. Lifting those arms up and overhead and wrapping those triceps forward. Now a nice strong lift through the belly and just a nice stretch into that left hip flexor. 2 more rounds. 1 more round of breath here. And as you exhale, go ahead and take your twist, bringing your hand to the outside of your right thigh. Bring your right hand behind you. Inhale, get a nice bit of length. And exhale, rotate, twist it to the right. Now, using the arms gently, I also want you to focus on core. You might be getting a nice stretch here through that left waist. That's a good thing. Deep into that. So as, take another inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale, gently release your hands, pulling your hips back. If you have blocks or prop here, it would be nice. If the hands don't comfortably come to the mat, this is where you would be more than welcome to use them. Otherwise, hands to the mat. We're going to shift it forward and back. Shifting those hips back, and then bring it forward. Again, if you have that block, you can move them with you. Just gives you a little extra height, because there's 3 different levels with those blocks, so make it work for you. 1 more round here. And then bringing your foot all the way down, pause. Go ahead and tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. And just a little bit more energy here through the legs, power through the back leg. Press your left palm down, take your right arm up. Take it into your twist again. Starting to rotate again because we've got twists coming up later that I want to move us into. Keeping that heart open, keeping that lift and length through the spine, taking 1 more inhale. As you exhale, bringing your hand down, step back into plank. Pause, now your choice, knees up or down. We're lowering in 1 piece. Take an inhale. Exhale, gently lower all the way onto your belly. Untuck your toes, wrist right next to your ribs. As you inhale, get a nice pull forward. Now soften your shoulders, cobra. Exhale, lower. 2 more, inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, lower. 1 more, inhale, lift and lengthen, pause. Pressing back onto your knees, tuck your toes, hips up and back, and go ahead and take a pedal out through your legs. And again, gentle nod, yes. Gentle shake, no. And drawing those shoulder blades up. Nice little pedal now. Bring your big toes almost touching at the back of your mat. Go ahead and float your left leg up and pause. As you inhale, shift forward, bring your shoulders over your wrists. And then as you exhale, go and shift up and back. And bring it forward. And shift up and back. And again here, bringing it forward. Nice square hips, strong through that right supporting leg. And then this time as you bring it all the way forward, pausing at the top, shoulders over wrist, bring your knee to your nose, step your foot between your hands. Your back knee comes all the way down to the mat. And as you inhale, sweep your arms up. Nice, deep reach. Draw the belly in, say the tailbone down, and soften your shoulders away from your ears. Now with all that length here, all that space for the sideways, take one more inhale. And as you exhale, go ahead and take it into a gentle twist. Hand to the outside of that left thigh. Right hand behind you. Inhale, reaches up. And exhale to twist. And again, inhale, reaches up. Exhale, keep taking that rotation. 2 more rounds here. And rotate. 1 more round of breath. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, twist. And then go ahead and bring yourself back to center. Go ahead and gently release your hands down to your mat. Now again, feel free to use your blocks as you shift it back a little, flex through the foot. And then bringing it forward. And just a couple more here. And forward. And then 1 more here on your own, no rush. Again, just starting to get that left hamstring just a little bit more warm, that left calf a little bit more heated. Go ahead and pause, tuck your back toes, lift your back leg down. Again, you can still be using those blocks, power through your back leg. Pressing your right hand down, go ahead and send your left arm up to the sky, stacking through your shoulders. Now, I always immediately will take my gaze up, but it's up to you. Sometimes it feels better to keep the gaze down, a little bit more grounding, sometimes helps with balance. So feel free to adjust, keeping the gaze down, side, or up. 3 options. Taking 1 more round of breath here. Exhale, gently release your hand, bringing your hand down to the mat. Step back into plank pose, reach your heart forward, inhale. As you exhale, lower. Now this time only 1 cobra, pull your heart forward. Lift, shoulders nice and soft. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale out your mouth. Any paddling, any wiggling that feels right for you, go ahead and take it. Inhale, go ahead and come up onto your toes, look forward. Bend your knees. Feel free for this one. Step it. Go ahead and bring those feet all the way up. And then once you're at the top, go ahead and bring your big toes all the way together. Now first, big forward fold here. Drawing those sitting bones up. As much length as you can get through your legs. Blocks, props if needed. Hands on shins if needed. Otherwise, letting the head release, shoulder blades lifted. As you inhale, halfway, lengthen. Exhale, fold. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. 1 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Arms overhead, stand. And exhale, hands to heart. All right, let's start to take it into a bit of a flow. Keeping that core engaged, hands at heart, inhale. Exhale, send your hips back. Hugging the inner thighs in, keep pressing into the heels. Soften your shoulders away from your ears. Begin to reach your arms up and wrapping those triceps forward and then plugging those shoulders down onto your back. Taking 1 more inhale here. Exhale, take it forward. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Step your left foot back, keep your right foot forward. Soft bend in your back knee as you inhale. Take your arms up and overhead, wrapping those triceps forward, nice sinking of those hips. As that right hip hugs back, draw the belly in and up. Shoulders soft, jaw soft, neck is soft. Taking 1 more inhale. Exhale, release it down. Stepping your left foot all the way to the top and switch sides, right foot steps back. Keep reaching your heart forward, soften your shoulders. Inhale, brings you all the way up. Take your crescent pose. Feel the lift through the front of the body, tailbone reaching down, shoulders soft from your ears. Taking 1 more inhale here. Exhale, bringing it down. Now stepping back. Head into vinyasa, knees up or down. If you're ready for upward facing dog, you can pause at halfway. Find that nice lift and broadening. Exhale, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Take a pedal, take a release. Soften through your neck, soften through your jaw. Drawing your shoulder blades up, wrapping your triceps down. Couple more rounds of breath here. And on your next inhale, lifting your heels, take your gaze forward, bend your knees. Exhale, step or hop, bringing it all the way to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, chair pose, float your arms up. Send your hips back, soften through your shoulders, keep that weight pressing into the heels. Strong through your center. And on your next inhale, bring it all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Keeping your hands at your heart, take an inhale. Exhale, send it back, chair. Big toes touching, knees stay even. Take an inhale. This time, exhale, take your left tricep all the way across your thigh and rotate, twist. Now, make sure that left knee doesn't pull forward. Keep hugging that left knee back. Keep reaching your heart forward, pressing into your heels. Taking 2 more rounds. And on your next inhale, bring it back to center. Pause. Exhale, take it across. Other side. Even knees, pressing into the palms, getting your rotation. 2 more here. 1 more round of breath. As you inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Step your left foot back. Crescent pose again, soft bend through your back knee. As you inhale, sweep it up. Pausing here, we're going with the twist again. Take your arms out to the side, take an inhale. Exhale, take it to the right. Pause here, take another inhale. Exhale, keep lifting through the front of the body. Take 1 more inhale. Exhale, windmill the hands. Look to the top of your mat. Step your left foot forward. Step your right foot back. Crescent pose, other side. Inhale, floats up. Pause, extend, exhale. Hold for the inhale. Exhale to the left. Pausing here, keep that nice lift as that tailbone reaches down. Inner practice, you decide. If you want to take it, go for it. If you need to meet in downward dog when you're ready. Take a deep inhale. Out your mouth, let it go. Soften your neck, your jaw. We're going to take 1 more round. We're going to add on just a little bit more. As you inhale, come onto your toes, look forward. Exhale, bend. Step or hop, bring it up. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, chair. Pause for breath. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart. Go ahead and bring your hands all the way to your hips, soften your shoulders. Go ahead and bring your right knee up, pause. Nice and strong to that left leg. Take your left hand, go ahead and bring it to your right shin. Pausing here. Now soften your right hip down. You can just keep that right hand on the right hip. And take a nice little rotation here, or you can keep extending. Softening your shoulders down away from your ears. 2 more rounds of breath. 1 more. Now can you release, honey? Inhale. Pause for an exhale. Can you give me a nice press for that heel? Whoo! And gently release. Awesome. Take a moment. Bring your hands to heart center. Take another nice deep inhale here. Out your mouth, let it go. All right. Switching sides. Hands back to hips. Go and bring your left knee up. Pause. Pressing through the thigh. Soften through your left hip. Taking your hand across your shin. Soften your shoulders. And then either opening with that left shoulder. If it feels right for you, extend that left arm back. Keeping your heart lifted as tall as you can. Keeping your spine nice and long. Taking 2 more here. 1 more round of breath. Inhale, can you bring both arms up? Square off the chest. Can you kick with that heel? Nice press. And exhale, release hands all the way to the heart. Take a nice deep breath in. Out your mouth, let it go. Inhale, float your arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lengthen. This time I want you to step or hop it back into your vinyasa. Take it into your flow. Meet me back in downward facing dog. Pausing in your down dog. Right knee is making its way to the left shoulder 3 times. Inhale, float your right leg up. Exhale, take it across. And back. And 2 more. And back. 1 more. Pause here, take another inhale. Exhale, knee all the way to your nose. Whoo, maybe they touch. And step your foot between your hands. Now this time your back heel, I want you to drop it all the way down. Pressing strong through your back leg. Hug your right outer hip back. Now warrior 1. Remember, back heel has to be on the floor. Otherwise, it's not a warrior 1. Reach your heart forward. Inhale, lift to lengthen. Whoo, shoulders soft. As best as you can, hug the right hip back. We're here for a couple breaths before we transition into warrior 2. Shoulders soft and jaw is soft. And then from here, go and adjust your feet. So you can walk that front foot in, front heel to back big toe aligned. And then from there, adjust the arms. Here for a couple breaths. 2 more rounds here. Nice strong bend. Take one more inhale. And then go and extend your front leg, release. Now your back foot, feel free to bring it in just a few inches, a little closer. Now both legs straight, triangle pose. Extend again, pressing down. Shift forward. Now you can use your shin, your ankle. If you have a block and you want to use it, go for it. Or otherwise, hand can come straight down to that mat. And even here, can you stack your shoulders, drawing your kneecap up. Left shoulder on top of right. One more round of breath here. Now I want you to take your left hand, gently release. You're going to fold forward. Now we've got to move that right leg again because we have heel to heel or heel to big toe alignment. Open it up. Take your right foot, walk it to the side so that the feet are no longer aligned anymore. Soft bend, and you can fold over that front leg. Shoulder blades drawing up away from your ears. Drawing up, still pressing into that back heel. Remember, it has not left the mat yet. All the way from that warrior one to where we are right now. Parsvakonasana, folding over that front leg. Take one more inhale. Exhale. Now here's our last round here, this forward fold. I want you to shift your gaze forward, bend your front knee, bring your hands forward. Let me get into frame. Bring your hands forward, and then from here, your back heel is gonna lift. Keep pressing on that back heel, standing split. Now square off the pelvis. Don't lift the hip like half moon. Soften that left outer hip down, and then take a fold here, nice and strong into this right hamstring. 2 more rounds. One more round of breath here. And exhale, gently release. Woo. Taking a moment, fold. Go ahead and take those feet a little bit wider than hip width. Let the toes rotate out. Sink your hips down. If you know, you know. We've got our crow prep here. Broadening through those collarbones. Idea is to get the heels down to the floor. If you can't, roll your mat. Bring your heels onto some support. Or shifting weight onto hands. Again, go where you can. And then once you're ready, planting those palms, keep reaching that heart forward. Come high up onto your toes. Hug your knees in. Right up behind the shoulder, under the armpit. Take your gaze forward. And then press into your fingertips. Play with bringing those toes up. Maybe 1 foot at a time. Maybe both feet at a time. Taking one more inhale. You can step it back. You can hop it back. Again, child's pose is always available for you when you need. Up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Out your mouth, let it go. All right, 3 rounds. Our left knee is coming to our right shoulder. We're taking it across. Inhale, left leg floats. Exhale, bring it across. And send it back. 2 more. And back. 1 more. Pausing here, take another inhale. And then bring your knee to your nose. Step your foot between your hands. Now remember, for warrior one, we want to drop our back heel down. Now feet don't have to be perfectly aligned here. In fact, you can walk the left foot to the side of it. Back leg is straight, heart is forward. Inhale, float, press on that back foot. Nice big lift through the center. Tailbone is weighted down. Shoulders nice and soft. 2 more rounds of breath here. 1 more round, sinking a little bit deeper. And then go ahead and take it into your warrior two, adjusting your stance, bringing your left foot a little bit more towards the right side of the mat, and then send your left arm forward, reaching your right arm back, pressing down. Don't let it be up here. Soften the shoulders, soften the upper trap, soften your neck, your jaw. Inner thigh reaches, back heel reaches. Taking 1 more inhale. And exhale. Inhale, reach. And softly release your arms. Now bring your back foot in just a little bit closer. Adjust it. Again, my front heel is lined with my back big toes. My back toes are slightly rotated up. Now, both legs nice and strong. Engaged as you lengthen, shift forward. Again, your shin, your ankle, your block. Hand to mat. We just want to make sure we're not folded and falling and collapsing. That's why a block sometimes is good, because it really helps us reach, especially for my very flexible friends. So I was like, oh yeah, I can just drop my torso, but we're trying to lengthen that torso out to the top of the mat, not towards the floor. Soften your shoulders down. If it feels good to take the gaze up, go for it. Take another round of breath here. One more. And exhale, gently release, bringing your hand down, now shifting forward. Take your front foot, walk that foot out to the side. Again, adjust so each foot is on a separate train track. Back heel still pressing, and fold as much as it works for you. Again, we might have a soft bend, we might be using our blocks. Drawing your shoulder blades up. Take another round of breath here. One more. And bring yourself back up, shifting your gaze forward, send your hands forward. Now your back heel can finally lift, and then hover that back leg up. Don't worry about height so much. It's that strong support through the center as we keep those hips square, as you shift that torso forward. Yes, I have a nice soft bend in my left knee, but we should still be feeling some hamstring stretch there. One more round of breath. And exhale. Release, stepping those feet a little bit wider. Toes out to the side, send your hips down. Hands to heart, pause, little Yogi Squat. If you need to stay here and you're just working Yogi Squat, this is an awesome place to get into those hips. To really make sure those ankles are nicely stretched through those Achilles, through the calves. Otherwise, if you're going for balance, plant those palms down, lift your hips nice and high, hugging your knees in towards the shoulders and hovering the toes if that works for you. Taking a couple more rounds of breath. Again, maybe it's just a hop, maybe it's just a little balance. And when you're ready, you'll send it back. Step it back, hop it back, whatever is best. Meet me back in a downward facing dog. Two more rounds of breath here. When you're ready, inhale. Float your right leg up. Exhaling to nose, step your foot between your hands. Now pausing here. Send your heart forward, soften your shoulders, away from your ears. And then on your next inhale, taking your arms, hover them up along the hips. Woo! We're headed into it, warrior three. Taking one more inhale. Exhale, shifting forward. Pausing here as you keep hugging that right outer hip back. Two more. One more round of breath here. And as you inhale, slowly bring yourself up to stand. Awesome. Now if you took notice on that warrior three, how we were positioned, this forward foot like this is pretty much how we're going to be upright. It's just now the other leg is a supporting leg, the other leg is a lifted leg. So here's where that strap, that towel might come in handy. I'll give us a couple options. Take the one that works best for you. So again, something that might be a little bit longer in case the hamstrings are a little bit tight. So you have something, because ideally what we're trying to do is reach that leg all the way out in front of us. So with that length, a towel or something that would be suitable. Of course, if available, and you want to take the hand to big toe and reach out leg straight out, go for it. Now make sure you're not rounded forward. Keep reaching the heart up, strong through that standing leg. If all of that is too much, stick with this. Take hold of your shin, take another variation, that works too. Again, it's very tricky because we're going with a big balance here and we're going to twist it. So, taking your variation, I'll stick with the strap for today, because why not? It's been a long hit morning so far. Shoulders up, it's still morning here in LA, so that's why I'm thrown off. I know it's already past noon in Arizona. We're not on the same time quite yet. Lifting that heart. Now, if you have your strap, or if you have your toe, you're going to take the outer edge of that right foot. If you have your strap, you're taking both straps into your left hand, and then you're going to open up your right arm. Softening that shoulder down, keep lifting that heart up. Now, shifting the gaze back is a part of the pose. You can totally do it, but it's also an extension. It just challenges it even more. So if you're going for more challenge and you want to take the gaze back, go for it. Otherwise, keeping that gaze forward, pressing through the heel. Two more rounds of breath. One more. Now you're gonna release the arm, bring it back up. That right arm reaches up. Pause. Now feel free to let go of the foot, let go of the strap. Woo! Just like warrior three, just on the other foot balance. And gently release. Awesome, coming back to the top of your mat. Take a moment here, standing tall. Take hands to heart center, grounded on both legs. Take a nice deep inhale. Out your mouth, let it go. Inhale, floating your arms up and overhead. Exhale, take your dive. Inhale, halfway. Plant your palms, step or hop it, you decide. Either through vinyasa or meet me back in a downward facing dog. Pedaling out. Draw your shoulder blades up. Soften through your neck, through your jaw. Now reset as we set for the second side. When you're ready, inhale, float your left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Step your foot between your hands. Now starting with our warrior three, come onto our fingertips. Draw your shoulders down, now engage through your core. Hug your left hip back. Float your arms up, keep that broadening through the collarbones, and then shift your weight back. Two more here. One more round of breath. And as you inhale, bring yourself up. Woo. Awesome. All right, go ahead and grab your strap. Grab your towel, whatever it is that you might have. And again, I'll keep working with my strap as well. My legs are nice and tight at the moment. All right, get a nice strong grip in there. Now first, make sure you're supported on that standing leg. Drawing that thigh back, lifting the heart up, and then go ahead and go into that press. A nice reach through the heel. And as much as it works for you. If you've got the big toe, awesome. Go for it. Grab that big toe. Pressing that right thigh back. Lifting the heart. No rounded backs. Nice and proud. Now you're taking both straps either into your right hand. If you've got the foot, you're taking the foot. If you're at the bend, you're taking the shin. Both hands to that strap. Soften your left hip down. Lift your heart. And then you're going to start to open. Good. Now reaching back. Again, that doesn't mean you shift the gaze back. You can keep that gaze forward. Keep reaching out the heel. Two more. As you inhale, take your time. Float your left arm up. Pause. Facing the front. Soften your shoulders. Find your breath. And then as you exhale, release. Floating the other arm up. Woo! And gently lower hands to heart. Coming to the top of your mat, nice and tall. Take a deep inhale. Out your mouth, let it go. Awesome work, yogis. We're gonna finish with one last twist here. We're going from our warrior one stance. So, I'm just gonna take you right into it from standing. So let's go ahead and inhale, float our arms up. Exhale, diving forward. Inhale, halfway. And then step your left foot back. Now all that twisting today, all that wringing out of the spine, I want you to go ahead and take your back heel, drop it down to your mat, nice and strong. Now that front knee reaching forward. Now the goal is to not let that back heel lift. If you need to, if it's gonna lift, go for it, commit, and just take it right into a full crescent leg. Otherwise, keep that back heel down. From here, float your arms up. Draw your shoulder blades down. Now keeping that belly lifted, shoulders up. Go ahead and take your hands to your heart. Now here's the tricky part. You gotta lift up. Now we're trying to get that left arm all the way across. And then you feel that big rotation because that back leg is now extended so far back with that back heel pressing. Pressing into your palms as you work into your rotation. Go and give me 2 more rounds of breath here. One more round. And then go ahead and gently release. Bring it back to center. Pause. Lift your back heel if it's not already. Shift it to the top. Take a moment to fold. Switching sides when you're ready. Right foot steps back. Right heel drops down. Now hug your left hip back. Reach your heart forward. This is it. Last standing pose. Arms float up. Shoulders nice and soft. Get that nice lift. Go and bring hands to heart. Pause. As you exhale, take your time. You're going to rotate from that torso. And then from there, this elbow. Now, again, your right heel's not leaving the mat. I know it wants to, but keep pushing that right pinky toe down into the ground. 2 more here. 1 more round of breath. And then go ahead and take your time. Gently release, pause, step your foot back. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower. In. Out your mouth, let it go. And go ahead and bring your knees down to your mat. And go ahead and bring yourself up. Awesome, yogis. All right, I want you to go ahead and bring yourself onto your knees here. Go ahead and tuck your toes, just one here. All the twists, we're gonna get a little bit more lift and lengthen. As we send that tailbone down, go ahead and bring your hands onto your upper bum, lower back, right there on that sacrum. Now reaching that tailbone down, sending the heart up. As you inhale, continue to lift and reach it back. Find that nice broadening here along the collarbones, across the chest. 2 more rounds. One more round here. And as you inhale, taking your time, go ahead and bring yourself back up. Woo. Now remember that pose that we started in? If it does not work for you again, you can come to just seated. Otherwise, try it now this time. Maybe the knees are a little bit more warmed up for taking your time. Slowly release. As you send the hips down. Now you have to be careful, even me, I'm very sensitive with my knees personally. They always kind of like are something that I'm always watching out for. You don't want to force it. So again, if the hips are not comfortably coming down, I would recommend using a pillow, a towel. If you've got a block, go for it, take it. I'm just gonna get a little bit more work here into the shoulders just to release. So I want you to go ahead and soften your shoulders down. Go ahead and feel free to take your right arm high with the strap. It's gonna come down and then this left arm is gonna flip. Now you can use the strap to hold on to behind you, or you can just bring those fingers together onto your back. Draw on your left shoulder back. Draw your right tricep back, your right arm forward. And as much as you can, it should be about that left shoulder really opening up. 2 more here. One more round of breath. And go ahead and gently release. Switching sides, if you have that strap, go and place it in the other hand. Bring it up high, and then turn your right palm back. Bring that reach up. Holding here now, drawing that right shoulder back, lifting your left elbow up, a nice rotation here, and then soften your lower ribs in. Two more rounds of breath here. One more round. And then go ahead and gently release, bringing the arms down. Awesome. Good. We're perfect on time. Just what I wanted. Now, we're going to get a little deeper into the hips, but then we're going to come back to this. So hopefully there's nothing going on with the knees. If there is, I'm going to give some options as we go. But let's just go ahead and shift forward here. Move your prop to the side. And let's go ahead and bring that right foot forward. And we're going to set up for a single pigeon. You can walk that right foot across your mat, sending that right knee down. And then just start to extend that left leg back, taking a moment as you let the hips sink. Sending that heart forward, soften through your shoulders. Taking your time as you gently find a little fold and release here. Now going into your pigeon as much as you need. Again, a pillow under your hip or a block under your hip. No pain in your knee at all, ever. Taking a couple more rounds of breath here. And when you're ready, take your time. Walking your hands up, and you can just push back to all fours again, taking a moment. And switching sides, going to bring your left knee forward. Dropping that knee down, and then send your back toes back. Hugging your left hip back, soften your shoulders. And gently release, pulling the heart forward. And gently taking your fold. bit more time here with the glutes. Open up, soften through your shoulders, soften through your neck, taking 2 more rounds. And taking your time. Now from here, I'm gonna give a couple options. So I'm gonna start with the more like intro option, and then I'll take you into the more advanced option with this next thing. So you're gonna swing the legs around. Option A is gonna be to press your right heel forward. Kind of get that screen there. Press your right heel forward, and then you can bring your left foot in like this. Janu Shavasana, nice and easy, kind of like a tree pose. Not easy, but you know, it might be just the one that works best for you, especially if there's anything going on with your knees. I highly recommend this one. It's gonna be a nice, good stretch. We'll take a little pull. If you wanna go a little bit deeper, so we've been working a lot with that hero's pose, bringing the leg back. What you can do is you can flip this leg. I like to use a block for this one, and you can bring yourself onto the block, and you can bring this leg behind you. Now, some of my friends might not even need the block, and they're able to bring their hips all the way down here. No pain in your knee whatsoever. And the knees don't necessarily have to be touching here. This one kind of reaching on its own path. So there are a few different options there. I'm gonna take the one with the block, because again, I just like to make sure that my knees feel comfortable at all times. If your foot is on the side, that's totally cool too. From here, we're all gonna take a nice big reach up, and we're gonna exhale, take it forward. Now, important to flex that front foot. If your knee is rotated out to the side though, just know you are getting a little bit more of a hip stretch there too, which is different from this one, which is kind of focused a little bit differently, but still getting that fold, getting some nice length behind your right hamstring, right calf. Now, if it feels all right for you and you want to walk the hand slightly over, we have been twisting quite a bit, you can take your hand to the outside either of your shin, you can use your strap, and get a nice pull here. And lengthen to fold. 2 more rounds of breath. 1 more round here. And bring yourself back up. And we're gonna go ahead and switch. So I want you to match it. Whatever you did to one side, do the exact same thing to the other side. Although I'm aware that we have one side that might be a little bit more open than the other, and maybe, oh, this side I want to try it, because one of these poses is more externally rotated, one is more neutral. I want you to just keep it even with both sides. So if you had the knee tuck, stay with that. If you had the knee open to the side, stay with that. Other side, reaching up, and as you exhale, go ahead and take your fold. And then if it feels good to just slightly pull across that front leg a little bit more. And taking your reach, drawing your shoulders down. 2 more here. And on your next inhale, go and take your time, bring yourself back up. Whew. All right, let's go ahead and evenly send both legs forward. Take the skin of your bum, gently lift it up. A nice flex into both feet, drawing your toes back, especially your pinky toes. Give them a little flare back. Inhale, reach, and exhale. Now even this, and I sometimes forget to say it, especially with hamstrings, we don't want to really necessarily feel this in our lower back. So if you need to prop yourself up even here onto a block or onto a blanket or pillow, for any of my friends that have tighter hamstrings, because if they're really tight, sometimes it's like, oh, I can't go, I just feel it in my lower back. You have to tilt the pelvis up a little bit more, so it's more about the back of the leg. So that's what we're going for here. So feel free to prop those hips up if necessary. 2 more rounds. And as you inhale, bring yourself all the way up. And let's go ahead and make our way. I'm going to adjust my mat here real quick. We're going to make our way onto our backs. Now just one bridge pose today. If you want to take it all the way into a full wheel, flip those palms, or Dhanurasana, go for it, yogi's choice. Otherwise, we're just going to reach all 10 toes forward, brush the back of your heels, and then as you exhale, send your hips up, reaching your tailbone forward, lifting your hip bones, and then as your chin keeps reaching up, feel free to interlace your fingers behind your back. Just drawing your shoulder blades together, really opening up your heart towards the ceiling. one more round of breath here. And exhale, go ahead and gently release. And dropping down. Now, hopefully you have been using a strap or something. If not, please feel free to get one, because I don't want this to be about your shoulders and having to lift up. I want it to really allow your head and shoulders to be soft on the mat. So we're going to start with the right leg. You're going to take that strap, whatever it is you have, and bring it around your right foot. And depending on how your lower back feels, if there's any lower back pain, I'd recommend keeping this left leg bent. If it feels all right for you, then go and extend that left leg. Don't worry about pulling it towards your nose right now. What I want you to do is first power, especially if your left leg is straight. Power through your left leg, flex your toes, and just give a little pull in. Almost using that strap to kind of pull that femur bone into the hip socket. So drawing inward more so. And with that nice flex, you're going to take both straps here, and you're going to take them into your left hand. Now I want you to rotate slightly out, the toes out towards the right shoulder, and then as you do that, you're going to gently pull this leg across. Now we're not going so far that the right hip starts to lift. It's just a couple inches, and where you should feel it is a lot through this outside of the right leg. Yes, you're going to get hamstring, but we're trying to get to that outside too. A couple more rounds here. So again, if you're just kind of falling over, you're kind of missing the whole side of the leg. It should be this intensity here. It's not as big as you think. One more round of breath. And if it is feeling super intense, it's right. Go ahead and bring yourself back up. Now taking both straps into that right hand and then gently reach that right leg out. And the reason why I'm using the straps, yes, we could grab the toes or the shin or whatever, that works. But I just want you to keep the upper body soft. Like we're not trying to tense up again through the jaw, through the neck, through the shoulders. So that's the reason for the strap or a longer something that you can use to reach. And go through the inner thigh. One more round of breath. And as you inhale, bring yourself back to center. Now, taking one strap in each hand, give it a little pull towards the nose. Whoo. And then as you exhale, gently release, and hopefully that left leg feels nice and long. It might even feel longer, or excuse me, right leg might feel longer than the left leg. It's a good thing. It's just nicely stretched out, but we're going to even it out here. So go ahead and bend that left knee. Bringing your foot into the strap. Again, if you have the other knee bent, bend the same thing here, match it. Just keep your back safe. If it feels okay for lower back, extend that right leg. Shoulders nice, soft. Now, start here again, just feeling this leg. Some of our legs are going to be different, some are going to be more forward. One is how I'm angled. It looks like my leg is much higher than it is. 90 will suffice, believe me, that's more than good enough. From there, you're going to take the toes, turn it to your left shoulder, and then both straps into the right hand, kind of grab as high as you can, and focus on that pulling down. So yes, I'm going to the side, but I'm also thinking of pulling inward and downward into that left hip. Just a couple more rounds of breath here. Inhale, go and bring yourself back to center. Go and take both straps in the hand. And then taking your time, open up through that inner thigh, reach your leg out to the side. Now don't forget about that right leg. Keep it reaching out straight towards. As that leg reaches towards the side, working through the inner thigh. Two more rounds of breath here. One more. And then bring yourself all the way back up to center. Pause. time, give that leg a little bit of a pull towards your nose. And gently release. Now we have finished here in a nice neutral. If those legs are feeling great and ready to settle, feel free to go for it. You can move right on in. If you want to give them one little hug, you're welcome to. Take an inhale. Exhale. And then you can take that extension back out. And again, anything else you need to finish up your practice, we're settling here. Once you're ready, you'll meet us in a Shavasana. Taking the palms up, allowing your body to settle. Take a comfortable inhale. Gentle sigh. And just taking a couple moments here of stillness as you settle into your final pose, Shavasana. Gently begin to deepen your breath, bringing movement back to your fingers, back to your toes. Reaching your arms overhead, a nice long stretch through your body. And when you're ready, go ahead and bend your knees, rolling to your side, allowing your breath to deepen. And then pressing yourself back up. Go ahead and come all the way to a nice, comfortable seated position for yourself. Feel free to cross at your shins. Bring your hands together at heart center, soften your shoulders down your back. Take a nice deep breath in. And release. 2 more deep breath in. And release. 1 more deep breath in. And release. Sealing in your practice, your work, your effort. Namaste. Thank you so much, yogis. Such a pleasure, as always. I hope you enjoyed. It was so nice not arriving and being so frantic for class today. I actually had time to get here, which was amazing. But anyway, yeah, enjoy your long weekend. If you are traveling for the holiday week, or I don't know, just doing anything special, enjoy, be safe. Drink lots of water because we do lots of twists. So just making sure you're kind of hydrating yourself through the day, just to keep the body all good. Awesome, Hector. I was too. It was getting a little warm in here, and it's chilly in LA, but I was too. So good. Awesome. I hope you enjoyed. Well, enjoy your weekend, Hector, and I will see you next time. Bye.
You and Hector should just do FaceTime.